Hey guys, in this episode of John's Arcade, we're gonna give the Neo Geo some love. That is right, because you know what? I got a new game. I got Blazing Star, which is supposed to be an amazing shmup. And in this episode, I want to open up that cart, make sure it's not a bootleg. We're gonna print up a mini marquee, and then we're gonna play the game. I can't freaking wait. And then also, while we're at it, I want to try to fix that Neo Mr. Do cart I have, because it has no sound right now. And then after all of that, we'll come back to the table and do viewer mail, all in this episode of John's Arcade. Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today we're going to do a John's Arcade gameplay and tech video. This is gonna be a Neo Geo love fest, guys. We're gonna talk a lot about the Neo Geo today, because you know what? I'm kind of into it right now. I'm just really into my Neo Geo, and I don't know what's gotten over me, but I've been looking on eBay like non-stop for cartridges, because I just decided not that long ago that I was done with the multi-cart. I'm like, you know what? No more of this multi-cart business. I want to go on eBay and I want to find real carts for the games that I really love. And so I've been looking and looking and looking, and I'm trying to find games that aren't fighters, okay? And I've been focusing on like the shooters, the shmups as the kids call them. And so I ordered a couple of them in the last week here, and the first one came in today, and it's called Blazing Star. Now I got this on eBay. It was $80 shipped, which I think is a fair deal. The listing said it was 100% authentic, okay? Did not include the mini marquee, and it doesn't have the original label here. You can see someone just printed out something on paper and just kind of stuck it to the cartridge. So in this episode, what I want to do is, well, we're gonna play the game for one, okay? And I want to see if it's a legit cartridge. We're gonna open it up and I'll show you guys how to check that out, to kind of identify a bootleg. And then also I want to print up a mini marquee, because we got to have the marquee up there in the 4 slot. So we'll print one of those. And then also right now in my Neo Geo, okay, I have the Mr. Do cartridge, okay? And I picked this cartridge up, I think from an operator, okay? And I'm not positive, but I think this is a bootleg cart. Now, I didn't buy that one on eBay. I went to an operator a while ago, and I bought like a ton of Neo Geo carts from him, and this was one of them. And but the thing is, I love this game. I love Neo Mr. Do, but for whatever reason, the sound on mine has stopped, okay? So right now in the Neo Geo, I've got Pop and Bounce, which we talked about not too long ago. Nightmare in the Dark, which is a bootleg. I got that on eBay for like 20 bucks. Bust a Move Again, which is a legit cartridge. My wife loves that game. And then my Neo Mr. Do. But the Neo Mr. Do, for some reason, it doesn't do the sound anymore, okay? And it's kind of bumming me out. And I suspect it's a bootleg. I don't know for certain. But I think in this video what we're going to do is a couple things. Okay, so we're going to put the Blazing Star cartridge in here. We're going to play that. And then I thought, while I'm messing with the Neo Geo, let's pull the Mr. Do card out too and open up that cartridge and see what's going on inside there. And then we're going to attempt, and I don't even know if this is going to work, but I've done a little bit of research on Neo Geo carts that have no sound, and we're going to attempt to fix it. I've already cleaned the contacts, and I'll show you guys that. But okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me turn the Neo Geo off, okay? And just gonna open the coin door here. There's a switch inside, okay? And I'm gonna pull that cartridge out because, well, it's not working. And if we can't get it to work, then we're gonna replace it with the Blazing Star, assuming that the Blazing Star even works. Because I haven't even tried it yet, guys. It just came in the mail today. All right, so here's my Neo Mr. Do cart. Okay, and again, you know, this is a 4 slot. You can see in here the cartridges, and it holds 4 cartridges, and you switch between them with the button. So, okay, so we got the Neo Mr. Do out. So why don't we go to my bench, and what we're gonna do is, well, we're gonna open up both of these cartridges and see what's going on inside of them. We got the Blazing Star that we just picked up, and then my Neo Mr. Do. And I suspect the Neo Mr. Do is a bootleg. The Blazing Star should not be a bootleg, though. And I'm going to show you guys how to figure out if it is or isn't a bootleg. Because, you know, you'll see listings on eBay, and a lot of times they'll open up the cartridges to show you what's inside, and that's your opportunity right there to figure out if it's a bootleg or not, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So let's open these up, and there's just 4 screws, okay? 1, 2, and you got to be careful when you do this because you can hose your label, and if you've got a really nice label on the front of the cartridge here, you'll ruin it if you're not careful. But this label was already trashed, okay? All right, so here's the NEO Mr. Do, and you can see that a NEO Geo cart is essentially just 2 boards. That's all it is. And we've got EEPROMs here. There's 2 on this board, and there's 4 on that board. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, typically, these EEPROMs don't usually have windows. Usually they're what they call masked ROMs, and there's no windows at all. So I suspect this is a bootleg, and I'll show you guys for sure how to verify that. Okay, so that's the NEO Mr. Do. We're just going to put that one here. And then let's take a look at our Blazing Star. And this has a kind of a repro label on here, so I'm not too worried about trashing that, but we'll be careful too because no sense in just destroying it. And so when you open this up, the label is going to be here, and we can just kind of go like this and then just kind of fold it over, and then the label will just kind of stay intact in one piece. And then these screws are going to want to fall out, okay? All right, so here's this board now. Now you can see we've got 4 masked EEPROMs. There's no windows on these, okay? This is a good sign. And here's our 2 boards. This one's got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one's got 8 EEPROMs. And I don't know, these might be EEPROMs too. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do to figure out if this is a bootleg or not. And again, the auction on eBay said this Blazing Star is 100% real, okay? So we're gonna go on the internet, and all I did was I Googled MVS scans, okay? MVS scans. And right now, I have the Blazing Star scans up on the screen, okay? And so we've got set 1 and set 2. So let's look at set 1 and compare it to ours. And the board should be PROGBK1, yep. 4 EEPROMs, good. And then this board, the second board here, let me click on it. You guys can see that. The bottom board should be CHA512Y. So let's take a look at ours. And yep, our bottom board is CHA512Y, and then the 8 EEPROMs and then the 2 down here. And if I look at the picture, same deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 2 down here. Okay, so this board, this Blazing Star, is legit. That's good. So this was an original cartridge. I did not get a bootleg. Okay. Now let's take a look at the NEO Mr. Do one. And I'm going to put this back together here. Well, that's good. I like it when an auction actually knows what it's talking about, you know, because the guy said 100% authentic, working, and it was $80 shipped. This game usually goes for over $100. Now, I didn't get everything with it, though. I didn't get the original box. I didn't get the original mini marquee. You know, I didn't get what they call the kit, you know. This is basically just a loose cartridge with an unoriginal label on it. And if we go back here, you guys can see what the label's supposed to look like. The label's supposed to look like that. Let me kind of zoom in here a little bit. So that's what the label's supposed to look like. You can see it's either the Japanese version with the Japanese writing or Blazing Star in that kind of sans serif font. And you can see the font that they used on this cartridge is like a Times type font with the serifs. So that is absolutely not original. And you can tell it's just a piece of paper. So who knows the history of this? They might have replaced a cartridge. Maybe the original shell was trashed. But what's inside here, the boards are absolutely original. That's good. Okay, so now we've got our NEO Mr. Do here. So let's go back on this site and let's find what the NEO Mr. Do is supposed to look like. And I'm going to kind of get in a little closer here. So I'm going to go back to this index. And again, I just typed in MVS scans in Google, and the website is mvs.gotwalls.com. And I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to look for Neo Mr. Do, which is right here. And this is what Neo Mr. Do is supposed to look like. And ours, well, ours kind of looks like it. So this is what this board's supposed to look like here. And it's the 4096 board with 2 EEPROMs. Yeah, so this does not look anything like that, okay? So no, that's all wrong. Let's compare it to the other version of the board, or it's either gonna be this version here, which has 2, looks nothing like ours. So yeah, this is definitely a bootleg, guys. And then let's look at the other board here, or it's gonna look like this. So it looks like here that they found a game that had compatible boards and they burnt the ROMs. So this could have been something else. And I have to tell you, I've been learning a lot about Neo Geo lately, just researching it. And what I'm about to say is gonna be a little controversial, but the bootlegs board, I used to think that the bootleg boards were some kind of master hack. Like they were just doing anything they could to get a bootleg onto a game, to create a bootleg cartridge. And based on my research, it's actually a very trivial hack what they're doing. Basically, there's a few flavors of these 2 boards, okay? So this board here is Pro G top, and then the other board underneath is CHA 42G. And what you do is you go online and you figure out which boards are compatible with which games, just like the Nintendo Versus stuff. You figure out which board. So this board here, Pro G top, works with certain Neo Geo games. So if you remove the ROMs from, let's say, I'm just gonna say, all right, King of Fighters, okay? So maybe this was originally King of Fighters 97, okay? And this board from King of Fighters is compatible with Neo Mr. Do. All you need to do is remove all the King of Fighter ROMs, which might be in a different spot. You might have a ROM here, ROM here, ROM here. You remove all the King of Fighters ROMs, you burn the original ROM code onto these, put them in here, and then there's little jumpers. See that jumper? And you put these jumpers in the right spot, and then after you do that, it works, okay? Yes, it's a hack. However, it's the original hardware, the original PCB, and the original code, the original software, the original ROMs. It's just that they're windowed EEPROMs that you can erase and reburn instead of masked ROMs that are burned once. So really, I'm not condoning this, but the bootleg carts, as far as I can tell, they're not gonna harm your system, guys. I mean, they are the original boards. They are the original software code. It's just that people adapted boards from other games to become more desirable games. And so that was probably someone's motivation that made this Mr. Do. Again, I don't condone piracy, but now that I understand how this all works, the bootlegs don't seem like they're gonna hurt my system like I used to think. Oh, a bootleg's bad, you know. I used to think they made these PCBs, that these were kind of Chinese fake PCBs using cheap components, but in reality, this is the original PCB. They just changed the ROMs and the jumper settings, and that's it. So, all right. Now, the one thing I do want to try, though, why we got the Neo Mr. Do cart out, is I did research this on the Neo Geo forums. And it says here that a cartridge with no sound, you should look at the chips at V1 and V2 and reflow the solder on them. So here's V1 right here. And let's see if this board has anything like that. No, it doesn't. So this V1 chip right here, it says to reflow the solder on this chip, and a lot of times it'll fix your sound issues. So I can see there's some work that's been done here. And that soldering right there looks a little questionable. So while I got this cartridge out, I'm gonna reflow this solder. And you know what? We're just gonna do all kinds of Neo Geo madness in this video. Cause I'm into it, man. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm all about the Neo Geo lately. And I got another cartridge coming that's really cool too. It's a game called Ironclad, which was never actually released on the MVS. It was shown at a trade show, and they released it. For the Neo Geo CD home system, and some guys figured out how to make an MVS cartridge out of it. Okay, so this is the V1 chip, but I'll have that board, probably that MVS cart in a week here. All right, so this is the V1 chip, and the guy says is the one we want to look at. So I'm going to go ahead here and just reflow all these pins, and I'm just curious to see if I can actually fix this, because that would actually be okay, because, yeah, I know this is a bootleg cartridge, but I actually really enjoy this game, and the bootleg, honestly, plays exactly the same. I could tell right now that those pins were a little suspect that I just reflowed there. So I'm just coming in here and heating up the legs on each on this chip, and then just adding a little bit of new solder to each one. But you know, these bootleg boards, yeah, I mean they're basically made in China, and the workmanship is shoddy. The soldering is shoddy. But they're using the original ROM code. They're just burning it on new EEPROMs, and then making sure that the board they put the EEPROMs on is set up correctly with the right jumper settings. And all this stuff is documented online. And I don't think I'm going to start getting into making NEO GEO carts, but I have been reading up on it, and it's not as mysterious as I thought it was. It actually reminds me a lot of the Nintendo Versus stuff. Because basically, someone made a table showing, you know, listing all the games, okay, and listing the two boards that are inside, and then listing what games are compatible with those individual boards. And then once you know that information, at that point, it's basically just a function of burning new ROMs, and you can use the MAME code, and then making sure the jumpers are in the right spot. Because these little PCBs were designed for multiple games, and basically the jumpers is what kind of controls the flow of the data and sends it to the correct EEPROMs and all that. Because some boards will have 2 EEPROMs or 4 here. So, okay, so we just reflowed the solder on that. And that's V1. Just kind of double checking my work here. So we're going to just test this out really fast. Because that'd be pretty cool if I just fixed it. Alright, so let's put this back together. And if it doesn't fix it, so what? Well, then we'll just move on to Blazing Star. Because that really is the purpose of this video. I wanted to talk about Blazing Star. But I thought, hell, while I'm pulling out the NEO GEO cart, might as well try to fix Mr. Do. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this down. You know, I came home from work today and I just didn't really know what I was going to do. I felt like making a video. Actually, I came home and the Blazing Star cartridge was in my mailbox and I was all excited. And I'm like, you know what? Let's make a video of Blazing Star. Okay. Alright, so our NEO Mr. Do cart, is it all together here? Okay, and one more thing before we go back to the NEO GEO is I want to make a mini marquee for Blazing Star because we got a new game here, but we don't have a mini marquee. And thankfully, the NEO GEO community has scanned all of this stuff. They've made the artwork available. Guys have, you know, scanned it and cleaned it up in Photoshop and pretty much made it ready for printing. And so in Photoshop right here, I've got the Blazing Star mini marquee. And this is the original one. I actually did a bunch of research looking at photos of the original kits. And because there's a bunch of Blazing Star marquees out there, and some of them are fan-made, okay? This one is the right one. And I found this by Googling. I Googled Blazing Star mini marquee scan, and I found this thread on the NEO GEO forums. And some guy had a link here to some zip files for Blazing Star. And I downloaded those, and inside of it was this. And then I compared that to all the photos I found on the internet of the original Blazing Star kit, and this is it. This is the original art someone scanned in. And I opened it in Photoshop here. It's a TIFF file. And if I go to image size, you can see that it is 4.44 inches, and 5.44 inches. That is the original size of the NEO GEO mini marquees. It's 4.44 by 5.44. So this one was to scale, and it's 300 DPI, which is what you want, because that's typically the resolution you want when you print something. You know, a monitor screen is typically 72 DPI, at least an old LCD like this. But when you print, you want the resolution to be 300 DPI. So this is 100% to scale at the best resolution, not the best possible, but the resolution that you do want when you print. So we're gonna go ahead here and print it. I've loaded my printer up with photo paper. Okay, and this is just some stuff I got on Amazon, Kodak photo paper, and I just got a cheapo, is it HP printer? Nothing really fancy. I'm just going to my print settings here, and I'm gonna select photo paper, and hit save, and that's it, and hit print. And so we're gonna go ahead and print that mini marquee. So I'm gonna wait for my printer to fire up, and we'll grab that and take a look. Okay, so we got our little printout here, and let's take a look at how it looks. I went and grabbed my scissors upstairs, but this usually works pretty well here with the photo paper. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take my scissors. I'm not really too concerned about being perfectly straight. You could use a ruler and an X-Acto knife, but the edges are hidden, so it doesn't really need to be perfect. And I'm capable of using scissors fairly well here. And on the photo paper, you gotta try to find some that doesn't have a watermark on the back, because I've had some before, like the Epson photo paper that does have like the watermark, and you can kind of see the watermark when this lights up. I'm also thinking about experimenting with what they call backlit film, and I guess some guys use that to make these, and I've seen some people selling them on eBay. And I don't know what kind of printer they're using, but it's very curious to me, this backlit film. I wonder if that's something I can just throw, that looks pretty good. If I could throw in my inkjet printer, but look at that. That looks sharp, man. Okay, so we got our Blazing Star mini marquee. We've got our potentially repaired Mr. Do cart. So let's go back to the NEO GEO and, well, hopefully play us some games. You know, I'm actually kind of excited about Blazing Star, because Blazing Star, a lot of people consider Blazing Star to be the best shmup on the NEO GEO. And we'll see if that's true or not. I know I tried it like on my, I tried it on the multi-cart, but I didn't really play it much. The thing about the multi-cart that I hate is that when you have a multi-cart, you kind of have ADD. You can't really focus on anything. You don't even know, because there's so many choices that you rarely play the same game more than once. You're just constantly just jumping around the cartridge. And that's why I don't like the multi-cart. I like just having, I just want like a focused list of dedicated games, and I'll just concentrate on those. Okay, so let's try our Mr. Do cart first, because I'm actually very curious to see if we just fixed it. So I go ahead and put that in, and that's in the last slot there. And let me go ahead and turn the NEO on. Let's see here. Where's my switch? Okay. All right, so we gotta let the NEO GEO boot up here. Turn the light off. The NEO actually takes a while to boot. It's got this drug screen. Okay, so let's select Mr. Do. We didn't fix it. Oh well. That's a bummer. Man, I was kind of really thinking that I might have fixed it. I'm not going to give up on that. I might screw around with that card a little bit more and reflow solder. Yeah, we did not fix it. Okay, well, whatever. That was a failed experiment. Nonetheless, that is a place you can look if the sound goes away, and we did not fix that one. So, all right, let's turn it off, and we're going to put our Blazing Star cartridge in here. And hopefully this cart works. So let's pull the NEO Mr. Do out. And let's put the Blazing Star cart in. Now there is a little triangle here that goes towards the front. So there is a right and a wrong way to put this in. So I'm gonna come in here and put this in with the triangle facing towards the front of the cabinet. Now I suppose if the PCB is somehow installed backwards, that rule wouldn't apply, but just be aware that the cartridge does go in the right way, not the wrong way, and typically on a stock machine, the triangle is going to go to the front. But if you have a conversion or some kind of operator single slot, they might have the board in backwards or something. So, okay, let's see what happens here. I'm kind of bummed about that Mr. Do. I actually really dig that game. I got to find me a legit Mr. Do cart. All right, let's see if Blazing Star boots. Okay, it does. That's exciting. Do you guys want to put the mini marquee in before we play? Why not? Okay, so let me get the keys. So I got the keys for the top. I'm kind of excited here. All right, so let me grab the keys. And we're gonna come up here and let me unlock this. There's one. There's two. Okay, so that just kind of lifts up. Like so. Actually, let me raise them like the camera a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna just lift this up, and let's pull our NEO Mr. Do mini marquee. And this is one that I made too. And you can see this one has that watermark. It's like Fujifilm. Not ideal. And then let's put our Blazing Star mini marquee in here that we made. And then we'll just kind of put that on there. Needs to come down to the bottom. Look at that, huh? That's sexy, right? And you can see it's kind of, let me turn the light off here. You can kind of see how it lights up a little bit. See that? Isn't that pretty cool? I love this kind of stuff, like the little artwork and all that stuff. It's got instructions how to play it. I'll probably never read it, but it's there. All right, let's put the keys away. And we're gonna play as some Blazing Star, man. I'm actually kind of jazzed to play this, because this is supposed to be a great game. And honestly, I know I've played it like one time, maybe twice when I had that multi-cart. So I'm really curious to see how it plays, and my God, it better have sound. All right, let me turn this light off. All right, so it says press one player start button. And here it is. Okay, so we got sound. Press start button. I don't know what just happened there. Card load, no. I got a memory card in here, so it's asking if it wants me to load off of it. All right, so let's get a good picture here. All right, this is pretty badass. So there's a charge shot here. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, it's a side-scrolling shmup, kind of like Gradius or R-Type. It's a power-up item. Graphics are pretty cool. It says, hey, an event, get it more. So what do the other buttons do here? So, let's see what the buttons do. It says A and B. Oh, I'm reading the manual. B is charge shot breakup. I don't know what that means. Ah, a lucky panel appears. Power-up item appears. So we got all kinds of stuff we're collecting. It says, get it more. Collected all panels. Hey, an event item comes. Watch out, the big one is closing in. Great. All right, so here comes a boss. So we power this up. I don't quite get what the B button does. Get it more. Aw, man. All right, let's continue. All right, so when you continue exactly where you died, which is... Oh, it says, are you serious? Get it more. You beat it. That wasn't too bad. What do you guys think of this? It looks pretty great, right? Graphics are awesome. Stage 1 clear. I'm a little confused about the A and the B button. It says hold down, then release to shoot. Press the button when firing a charge shot to transform. Weird, okay. All right, so while you're firing, it says to press the B button. And I think it kind of does that. Oh, I get it. So I'm wailing on the A button, and as soon as I press B, let's see, it does that. Waking up. What's that? So the B button kind of makes your gun do like an alternate shooting mode. Oh, it's letting me pick my ship. How about that one? So there's different kinds of ships, I guess, with different modes. Power-up item appears. Oh, it's saying bonus when I get that. I thought it was saying Bama, Bama. So I've got this little halo thing following me. What's that doing? Whoa. Holy shit, did I do that? Whoa. That was crazy. Yeah, so when you press B, it like changes your fire style for just a second. Collected all panels. So that's a B fire right there. If I'm wailing on A, I press B, and then it just changes my gun to that. And if I hold in A, I get this, which seems super effective. Boy, this game's pretty cool. So this is the kind of game where you just, you just sit here, and you just keep continuing until you finish it? Is that what you do? Or do I play for a high score on 1 credit? It's gonna be interesting. I'm not really a fan of games that continue because they just kind of, once you finish them, power-up item appears. Because when you finish them, well, there's not a lot of motivation. Let's try this ship. To play some more. Oh, so this ship's cool. All right, here comes a boss. Where is he? Let me charge up my shot here. Did we kill him? bit more. If you look on the bottom too, it looks like I'm trying to spell lucky, and I've already spelled ucky. I need the L. Oh man! All right, let's continue. We got to at least beat this boss. So what do you guys think? You want to do one more boss? I wasn't intending to make a full gameplay video with this. So we spelled ucky, not lucky. Rank D. Wow, we suck. All right, let's check out the next level. So the graphics on this are really good. I would say this is a pretty darn good looking game. All right, so we got the L. Let's see if we can spell lucky this time around. There's the U. So there's kind of a little mini game inside here. We're trying to spell lucky. Ah, I just died. Damn it. Wow, I'm getting slaughtered now. The game's getting a lot tougher here. Damn. All right, we got the C. We got the K. We just need the Y now. You can see down here we have L-U-C-K. Damn it. Wow, man. Oh, God. Oh, there's the Y. We spelled it. We spelled lucky. I don't know what that does for us. All right. Brace yourself. It's not time to relax yet. What's happening here? Whoa. Jesus. Oh, what do I have? I got something in front of my ship. Oh, is that because I spelled lucky, maybe? I don't know. See, I got that little thing protecting me? Oh. Like, I mean, do you think someone could actually play this game on 1 quarter? No way. Am I hurting it? What is happening? I'm just wailing on the A button here. Uh-oh. Is this good or bad? Oh, I get it. We're entering into the atmosphere and we're like lighting up. That's kind of cool. Oh, I've got this shield thing. See that? In that we're entering the atmosphere and we're burning up on the bottom. That's actually kind of clever. Hey, an event item comes. Oh shit, this is a bad side to be on. God, this is one hell of a boss, man. I beat it! Your skill is great! I don't think so. Clear bonus. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. I got the lucky, I got perfect. You know what? I don't want to finish this right now. You know why? I don't want to ruin this game. I just got it today. If I finish this game, I'm going to be down on it. I'm going to not want to play it anymore. So we're going to stop right here. But what did you guys think of Blazing Star? I think it's kind of cool. It's definitely different. You know, it's funny. Neo Geo really is known for the fighting games. And those are the games I like the least on it. I think King of Fighters is actually pretty fun. It's a decent fighting game, but I really like these kind of shmups and these platformers, you know, like Nightmare in the Dark and Bust a Move Again. Just games that are just totally different and unique. I wonder if it's going to save my high score. And this game's kind of cool, though, because it does have a score. So, if it does save my score, that'll be nice, because then I can play for high score. Now that score, though, is that the last credit or all the credits combined? If so, that's kind of cheap. Pretty cool game. Game over! Card save? Yeah, let's save it to the memory card. So I've got a little memory card down here. A guy in the Neo Geo forums actually made that. That's a modern replacement. I'm not going to pull it out because it's kind of a bitch to get in, but I don't know if my readers kind of messed up or something, but I had a hard time finding the sweet spot for that card. And the card's kind of cool because it has a little switch on it, so it's actually two cards in one. So if the switch is on this side, it's one side of the card, and if you switch it over, you can do the other side of the card. And yeah, a guy in the Neo Geo forums made those. So, alright guys, that's it. That's going to do it for this video. Actually, before we go, though, let's do some viewer mails. What do you guys think? You want to do some? Why not? I printed some out. I don't know, I just kind of felt like doing a video tonight. I thought, let's do some viewer mails too, because I got tons of them. There is no shortage of viewer mails, let me tell you. And I do want to thank you guys that keep sending the viewer mails, because it actually is great. It's making these videos that much better because you guys are now part of it with the viewer mails. So you gotta send them. Send them to blkdog, the number 7 at gmail.com. That's blackdog7, blkdog7 at gmail.com. In the subject line, please put viewer mail. I printed out 3. I think 3 is, you know, sometimes I do these viewer mails, it adds like a half hour to my video, so I want to keep this video reasonably short. The first viewer mail is from Alan. Hey John, I went to TNT today. That's TNT Amusements down in near Philly today to buy an Aliens Konami arcade. I love that game. I spoke with Todd Tuckey, and he is both eager and interested in having you visit him at TNT. Todd is available for a visit any day but Sundays. He said that you can call him at any time. I'm extremely hopeful that I will see you at Pinfest in Allentown, May 1st and 2nd. Thank you for your inspiration. You demand. P.S. I didn't pay much for the Aliens, and my wife helped me write this. Happy wife, happy life. And he put a little photo of his Aliens there. You can see. Aliens is a pretty cool game. I'm pretty sure I played that once or twice. Is that like a side-scrolling beat-em-up or something? Okay, so the Todd Tuckey thing, TNT Amusements, it keeps coming up. You guys want me to go down there and visit Todd's place, and I'm going to do it. I haven't talked to Todd yet, but it looks like Alan has for me, so, which is cool. I'm glad you did it, so now Todd knows my call's coming. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go down to TNT. I'm thinking a Saturday in March. That's what I'm thinking. And I'd like to go down there to get something, okay? I want a purpose to go there, because I don't want to just go and do a video. If I'm gonna drive all the way down there, I want to get something that I can't get down here, or something that I want. I'd like a good reason to go to Todd's. So I'm gonna give Todd a call and see what he has for sale, maybe some projects. I know Todd's got a lot of cabarets. I want, for the upstairs, I want a Donkey Kong cabaret. I've been wanting one for a long time. And if he's got a Nintendo cabaret project, I'd be interested in that. And then Pinfest in Allentown, I don't know, I might go. I went one year, a couple years ago. It was okay. I don't know if I'd go back. I might. We'll see. I might go to Allentown this year. I haven't decided. I probably should. A bunch of my buddies always go down there, but it's I'm not really a crazy pinhead, so I was a little bored. I have a problem with rooms full of pinball machines. I typically get bored. I don't know why. They all seem the same to me, because they really are the same, but they're not. But I might go to Pinfest. We'll see. I'm not really in the market for a pinball machine. I would like another one, but I'm kind of torn about that because I really like the 3 I have. I've considered getting rid of the Whirlwind and replacing it with an Addams Family or Twilight Zone, but I don't know. I doubt I'd be able to afford either of those or pay cash down at Allentown. So we'll see. Damien says, "Hey John, you have a kick-ass channel and cool podcasts. I'm just wondering, are you ever going to use your MAME cabinet for any of your videos? Thanks, Damien. P.S. Hope to see you either at Fun Spot or Grinkers." Well, I've shown the MAME cabinet in the end of the year reviews, but I've never thought about doing like a game review on that, because I typically like to play on the original dedicated stuff. But who knows? Maybe we can start doing John's MAME corner, where I pick some obscure MAME game and we play it. Some game I would never own, and we play it. That could be fun. Want to do John's MAME corner? You know, Damien, you might be onto something here. Maybe we'll do that. We'll play John Plays MAME, and we'll just pick oddball games and check them out. Games I've never heard of, games I've never seen. That'd be kind of fun. And the Fun Spot thing, you know, the Fun Spot tournament got canceled this year. So I'm right now, I'm going to try to organize our own Fun Spot tournament, like a John's Arcade, Video Game Outsiders, Arcade Outsiders, and Clove Fun Spot tournament. I'm going to organize it. I'm going to call Gary Vincent this week and see if he's okay with me doing that. And maybe we'll do a meetup. Would you guys go to Fun Spot? It would be the first weekend after Memorial Day, which is the last weekend in May. And of course, Grinkers. Yeah, I'll be at Grinkers, because we're going to have our Arcade Outsiders shit show, or Grinkfest, which is like October 10th or 11th in Boise, Idaho. All right, so the next one here is from Chuck in Miami. "Hey, John, awesome channel and arcade videos. Keep up the great work. I'm in the process of buying a Black Knight pinball and would like to know what tools and prep is needed to transport it in your house. I haven't seen anyone making a good video over the steps, especially for pinball." By the way, this is Diet Mountain Dew. It's a good time. I get so thirsty lately doing these videos. I think I'm actually a little sick right now. I don't know. All right, so what tools does he need on the Black Knight? What's required? What tool is needed to lower the back box? A screwdriver, a hex key, a socket, or other? Should you lower it to transport it or just pat it while upright? 5/8" wrench are adjustable to remove the legs. Would you remove the back glass? If so, how do you store it in the car without it breaking? Would you remove the playfield glass? What type of dolly is needed to move it into your house? Thanks, Chuck in Miami. It says here he's got a Miss Pack, a Donkey Kong Jr., Galaga, and Outrun upright. Now listen, Black Knight is from the era of pins where the head, okay, doesn't fold down, okay? These pins here, the late 80s and the 90s, the heads fold down, okay? And when I say the head, I'm talking about the thing in the back here, you know, where the back glass is, okay? This whole thing folds down, okay? And basically you take the back glass off, and there's typically two nuts in there. I don't know what size they are. 5/8, half-inch, 3/4, one of those, 9/16. There's typically 2 nuts in there, and then on the back, a clasp. You undo the clasp and the nuts, and then the whole thing will fold down. On this era of pin, I typically would transport the game like that. I would remove the legs. I would fold down the back glass, the head with the glass in it, and just rest it on the rails here. And you can put a piece of cardboard in between, okay? And you're gonna transport the game with the head down and the legs off, throw it in your car, and away you go. Now with Black Knight though, the head does not fold down, okay? You have to remove the head, which means you have to disconnect all the wires that go from the cabinet to the head. You disconnect all those plugs, take a lot of photos before you do it. In my Black Knight video, was the head on or off when I did that video? Did I already put the head on? I think I did. But you're gonna disconnect all the little Molex connectors that go from the body of the pin to the head. I'm trying to remember how that went down, but I took a lot of photos, and then you're gonna, I think there's 2 bolts, one here and one there. You unbolt those, and then the head lifts off. And when I brought my Black Knight home, I laid the head flat. No, I had it upright in the back of my car. And I don't really think you need to remove the back glass. I think what I would do is I'd put the body of the pin inside the back of your truck or SUV, and then either put the head upright next to it, wrapped in a blanket. Don't drive like a maniac. Or if you can, put the head up front with you on a seat. But yeah, you need to be aware of the back glass, because it is glass and it can break, and you can leave the playfield glass in. But that's pretty much how you typically transport a pin. Now, how do you get it in your house? Well, you use an appliance dolly or a dolly that you could strap to a cart. So I have an appliance dolly. You guys have seen it in my videos. I know I've shown it like on the, I think the Gyrus Restore. We use the appliance dolly. I think I showed how to strap it to the cart and bring it down here. So with a later era pin, basically what you do is let's say this is the pinball, right? Basically what you do is this, okay? Here's the pinball machine. You lower the head, okay? You take off the back legs, and then the pin goes down like this, and then you take off these legs here, the front legs, and then you come in here with your cart, like so, and that's how you move it around, okay? With the head folded up, and then you strap this to the cart. Is this a good visualization here? So you fold the pin up, take the back legs off, bloop, put it like that, take the front legs off, come in with your cart, doop, and then lean it back like that, and then that's how you cart it around, okay? And you want to use a cart and appliance dolly that has a strap, because you strap this to the cart. Now with the Black Knight, you're gonna basically remove the head, bloop, and then you have a separate piece over here, and then you're gonna be left with just the body, right? And then you just kind of, same thing, take the back legs off, bloop, put it on it like that, take the front legs off, come in with your cart, and then wheel it into your house. And then when you want to put it back together, you put these legs on first, bloop, and then lift up this end, put these legs on, and then come in with your head right here, and then put it on and screw it on. Did that make sense? I need like models, like replicas of pinball machines and carts and trucks, but that's kind of the gist of it. You know, I don't remember if it's 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch, but I'd bring a full socket set. I think it's 3/4 on the, it might be 9/16. It's either 5/8, 9/16, or 3/4. I would just bring a full socket set. Bring your whole kit. He says, would you remove the back glass? I typically don't. How do you store it in your car without breaking? I would put it on the front seat. You know, if you're really worried, I'd pull the back glass off and put it on the front seat on the floor, and then don't drive like a maniac. I never remove the playfield glass. And then the dolly, well, we just kind of talked about that. Moving pinballs is not really that big of a deal. A word of caution though, before you move it, remove every single pinball out of that thing. Make sure you take the pinballs out. That is critical. Take all of the pinballs out. Make sure there's nothing loose in the coin bucket, because you're gonna have that pinball machine, you know, on its end here, and anything that's in here loose is just gonna fall down. So make sure you get the pinballs out. I think you'll figure it out. I think there's some pictures or videos too of showing how to move pinball machines out there. So anyway, Chuck, I hope that helped you. I hope my little diagram made sense. So all right guys, that's gonna do it for this little video, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday. I think on Sunday we're gonna work on the 720. I'm assuming that I'll have all the parts I ordered from Bob Roberts for that monitor, but we gotta get the 720 fixed because enough's enough. That game is downed. The monitor's hosed. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I have to tell you, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. I don't know if we're gonna fix it this weekend. I'm optimistic that we will, but we gotta just get our butts in gear and just start working on that 720. So look for that later this week. And by the way, if you guys have never subscribed to my channel, now's a great time. I release videos on Sundays and sometimes in between. This is one of those in-between videos. And by the way, if you guys like these videos, if I've helped you and you guys want to support me, if you go on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/blkdog7, there's a support button, and you guys can click on that and send me a little donation. And whatever money that comes through that will be used, will be invested in this channel. You know, right now, the next thing, I'm going to be buying a new microphone. Maybe we'll get some lighting. It'll help pay for road trips. Whatever money that we generate through that support button is going to be used to make these videos better. I promise you that. I will not use that money for anything that will not directly affect this channel. So, support button. Like I said, if I've helped you, if you enjoy what I'm doing, consider throwing me some shekels. It's a tip jar. Mark Maron always says shekels. Consider kicking in some shekels. I love Mark Maron, by the way. Do you listen to those podcasts? If you guys want to hear like some good like celebrity interviews, musicians, comedians, actors, directors, Mark Maron can't be beat. That's a great podcast. And then also, again, Ben Heck, I'm talking to him about doing a crossover right now. You guys have been sending me ideas, tons of ideas. And I'm looking for that one magical idea that makes the most sense for Ben and I. And basically, Ben Heck, if you guys don't know, he's an electronic enthusiast. I don't think technically he's an engineer. He's got a great YouTube channel. It is my personal favorite YouTube channel. I watch it every week. I never miss a video. I've seen all of them. And I respect the guy a lot. I think he's entertaining. I think he's good at what he does. He's into, you know, working with like microcontrollers and Raspberry Pis and making all kinds of gizmos and portable game consoles and stuff like that. And so him and I have been talking about doing some kind of a crossover episode where he would make something for me that would help me in the basement. And it could be a modern replacement part for an old arcade game, some kind of a game enhancement. Maybe it's a high score board thing. That I kind of like that idea. So if you guys have any ideas, send the emails to me at blkdog7@gmail.com, and in the subject line put Ben Heck. And so anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Check out my podcast, videogameoutsiders.com and arcadeoutsiders.com. Do both of those podcasts live on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, allgames.com. And that's it. We're done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm a little bummed we didn't fix that NEO Geo cart. I was feeling kind of like confident. Yeah, that's what it is. It's got to be that. That's what the internet said. And that chip looked a little suspect. I might tinker with that. We'll see if I might go back and reflow some more solder on that. I'll let you guys know if I fix it. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. Subscribe, tell your friends, thumbs up, like, comment, all that stuff. All right, guys, later and bye.